Welcome once again, everybody, to the Join Dota League season number 4. This is the Division 1 and 2 playoff, so whoever will advance high enough or just long enough into the tournament will get into Division 1 for the next season. It is Goomba Gaming versus xGame KC here, a best of 3 series. Loser goes to the lower bracket, so not completely out of the tournament quite yet, but still, you definitely want to stay in the winner bracket as long as you possibly can. We, of course, are HeflaTV. I'm Coucher, once again joined by the Swordfishman, and do you have any favorites coming into this game?
It's hard to say really because I've been watching Goomba for a while and I kind of like their style. But xGame has also had some really good games. So right now I think they both have pretty good chances, and that's what I'm kind of excited about. I think they're both really strong teams, so I think it's gonna be a good game.
Oh, it should be indeed. If I look at Dota 2 best YOLOs, just odds, it's 68% favoring Goomba. To be honest, I probably favor Goomba as well. First of all, as we can see, xGame, they're running with a couple of stand-ins at this point. Tomasz has been playing with them a little bit more often than maybe others, but just xGame in general, they haven't had just the best of streaks at this point in time, so
That is true. That's a very good point.
that's like one thing that might hurt them a little bit, but we'll see if it's actually gonna come into effect. But they did go with a first pick IO. Is it too soon to go for an IO as a first pick, or doesn't it really matter since they don't know or what the just combination will be yet?
It is never too soon to go for an IO for a first pick. No, I mean, I think IO's. I mean, we've seen him in past games. He's not been successful, but I think he's really strong hero. And if you open up in the first pick, they will ban out your other combinations for IO and whatnot as partners per se, and then they'll forget to ban out more important heroes, which allows you more versatility within the pool. So I think a first pick IO is a very good psychological advantage you have over the opponent, in my opinion.
Well, Kuba, not too sure if they care about it or not, but Kanka was the second pick. Kanka, of course, did rather heavily get changed as well in the recent patch. Especially, most changes were to X marks the spot, so I do believe there's no mana cost to it anymore, unless I'm mistaken. And
There's no mana cost to return. The X marks the spot has a mana cost. There's no mana cost to return now.
oh, okay, yeah, right, yeah. So
Yeah. So it's a really strong support now, honestly. Kunkka as a support is actually really powerful.
yeah, it's also the cast range got. Well, I guess on the earlier levels it's a little bit less than it used to be. So that's a little bit sad, but the duration increased. It's now a fixed amount. 4 seconds for enemies, 8 seconds for allies, just from the first level onwards.
Mhm.
So we'll see how much it actually comes into effect, but for Goomba, do you still expect it to be in the support role, or is it the core Kanka?
I hope it support Kunkka. I think Kunkka is really good as a core, like I really do. But I think with the new changes, they're just kind of trying him as out of support, and I think with Avenge as well is a really solid support. So I kind of want to see that. Though I mean, a core Kunkka is not bad, but I would honestly I just want to see pros trying this out, especially lower teams like the ones in Join Dota League, which are not so used to support Kunkka and whatnot.
Well, we'll see how Goomba is going to run it. I mean, they have plenty of chances to just make up their minds with the next of the draft, but xGame picking up a puck, so we're going to have a puck and IO on the same team for. Is it the third game in a row really today?
Yeah. Sadly, those games did not go well for PR though.
So hopefully xGame can do a little bit better with those. So far though, Goomba Gaming, they have banned out the Chaos Knight. I haven't seen xGame for quite some time, to be honest myself, so I don't even really know if they usually run the IO Chaos Knight combination these days or not, but Chaos Knight definitely is a strong enough hero. I mean, I think even before the buffs that he received in this patch, he should have seen a little bit more the light of day, but a Tinker banned out by xGame. That's
Weird.
yes, exactly so.
I mean, I think the Chaos Knight ban is the first time I've seen this ban in like 6 years or something. Like, this is really uncommon to ban the Chaos Knight. But I agree with you. I think it's a strong hero right now. I think you could definitely see play. But the Tinker ban is just the bans are very weird today. I don't know if Goomba is used to running a Tinker. I don't know if you know that. Is it a common hero for them still?
From what I've seen of them, I haven't seen them play Tinker.
Yeah, me neither. Which is why I'm confused.
I mean, what would the Tinker be like super good against? I mean,
Oh, non-visage.
I can't think of any hero that that you should like legitimately be afraid of a Tinker. I mean, sure you don't want to relocate into Mars machines or anything, but I don't know. I guess Laser is rather annoying with the mischance, but don't know if that was like a worthy ban there. I have no clue.
If you're getting Tinker for the mischance, I think you're you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel there. I think I mean mischance is get a troll or something. If you really need that mischance, if that's your star thing, I don't know. I don't know what xGame is really thinking with that ban, but maybe they misclicked. There's also a possibility.
It's a possibility for sure, whether they did or not. I mean, it might not impact their own draft too much, but Goomba now, only 19 seconds left, taking a hell of a long time for the third pick, to be honest. I mean, you spoke of the troll. It is a hero that Goomba actually... They're the team that I think I've seen run Troll Warlord the most. And also they were like one of the first teams to actually start running it, but picking up a Doom instead. And up against Puck, definitely good. It's a solid-ish hero, but... I mean, Doom isn't that popular these days. Do you think it's still a worthy pick in general?
I think when you're faced with a Puck, it's a good pick at any time, obviously. With the IO as well, sometimes too, if the relocate is done a little bit after the tether is activated, you can stop him from reactivating the tether, something of the sort. I think it's pretty solid. I don't know. It's those picks that I think can work, but it's not going to be a high impact pick in this game. I wouldn't say. The Dragon Knight, on the other hand, it's an interesting pickup, that's for sure. Wow, they're going really fast. What do you think of this pick?
Well, it's not a bad hero, to be honest, I think. Elder Dragon form extremely strong, especially now that the free Elder Dragon form will still have the corrosive breath as well.
Yep.
And you're just pretty damn tanky other than that. So Doombringer, Dragon Knight, Kanka, three pretty tanky heroes. But that's where the Team Versal comes in from xGame. It's pretty much a brilliant pick. Even Vengeful Spirit, rather low range, squishy hero as well. I mean, yes, Goomba's like strength melees, they aren't squishy, but against strength and melee, Timbersaw is just so ridiculously good. I mean, I just love that pickup from xGame. Of course, Doom completely wrecks a Timbersaw, but we'll see how they're gonna build around it. Maybe even just build like Lincoln Sphere, something like that, I don't know.
Yeah. I agree with you with Timbersaw love. I really love seeing this hero, and against Goomba's lineup, it's going to be really strong. They need some sort of lockdown more than the Dragon Knight to stop this Timbersaw, I would say. A silence, perhaps. I mean, what hero are they missing? They're missing, I guess, a carry. So, unless Konka goes carry. So, what do you think they should pick up?
Well, I guess something like an anti-mage wouldn't even be horrible, I guess, but something ranged definitely wouldn't go amiss for themselves. Necrophos unfortunately got banned out. It would have been actually a pretty nice hero to have, probably. Just get somebody down to half HP, blow them up completely, no buyback, no nothing if you have the items as well. But, well, Silencer will be the pick.
I like this pick, actually. So I like the Silencer pick against the Timbersaw, really strong against the Phantom Assassin for the amazing amount of magical damage. That global silence is always appreciated. Good against relocate ganks. Can be really powerful here. Also received another buff recently, for whatever reason, to his Glades of Wisdom, so...
Yeah, it's just Glades of Wisdom. It was rarely used, I guess, or at least rarely prioritized.
Honestly, I just think Ice Frog has like a hard-on for this hero because he keeps getting buffs, and like he's seen in the pro scene quite a lot, and he still keeps getting buffs.
Well, it's definitely a little bit situation against the enemy team, but like I already said, excellent against xGame. Even against Phantom Assassin, just last word. Although Phantom Assassin, he has the Stifling Dagger to spam fairly often, so getting the last word triggered without casting a spell shouldn't really happen for the Phantom Assassin unless you're stunned at the same time or something. But if it should happen, the disarm effect also might just play a pretty huge part.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if you can get him, like, if you can actually use the last word before he uses a Phantom Strike, something of the sort. It could be pretty powerful, like you said, but the disarm effect, I don't know if it'll trigger very often. However, the damage is so powerful in Phantom Assassin that I don't think you even need the disarm in most cases. And, well, anyway, at least one more pick xGame, it's going to be a support. What support would they pick up here? Against the Silencer, I think it's kind of hard, actually.
Oh, it definitely is. Otherwise, I would have maybe said, like, go something like a Witch Doctor. Definitely good to just have with the IO. The Voodoo Restoration into the Tether Heal, but against Silencer, it's just almost impossible to get the proper Death Ward off. But, well, Elder Titan will be the pick. definitely not a bad one. Just reduce their armor, reduce their magic resistance. Not too shabby in that sense, but it's maybe their laning now with an IO and Elder Titan support will be a little bit too passive.
I agree. I think they kind of lack. I mean, first of all, they lack lockdown. They don't have a single thing. I mean, Elder Titan, I guess, is a pseudo stun per se, but they don't have any stun except for the Dream Coil and I guess the Stomp. That's not really stuns, which is kind of bad actually, considering Goomba Gaming has relatively heroes that have pretty decent escapes, except for Silencer, just because they're all really fast and whatnot. Got a Force Staff, and then the slows are useless. So I think xGame's lineup is a little bit more flimsy. I don't like it as much.
It can definitely be strong with the burst of Timbersaw and Phantom Assassin just critting themselves through, but it's going to be somewhat hard, like I already said, to just actually get the kills as well and kind of make it so that they won't TP away from under you. I've seen so many lineups like this, just having more or less 0 stuns and just TPs out non-stop.
Oh.
So, okay, they want to go for some form of a remake since Reeves is lagging bad.
Okay. Well,
I guess Neo is Reeves then at least. So,
yeah.
why don't you use your real name, dude?
Sometimes I think they just don't like us. Go Nazi server.
What the hell is the Nazi server?
Austria. Because Hitler was Austria.
I mean, I don't think it's reason enough to call it a Nazi server, to
No.
be honest, but maybe that's just me.
I think, man, I think that was the reason. I don't take my word for it.
I mean, it probably is, but it's just a bad reason, nothing else. It's so weak. I mean, it's such an old reference. I thought like maybe if we play in those servers, there are like lots of Nazi people hanging around. I don't know.
That's kind of weird. I don't know if Nazis have a tendency to play Dota or something.
They're everywhere, man. They're everywhere.
No. Dota's more popular in Russia. I heard actually. I was talking to like it seems like everyone in schools, whenever they go to like schools that are easy and whatnot, everyone there just plays Dota at school. I thought it was a joke, like Russians, haha, they play Dota, but they all do. Like they really all do. It's amazing.
Well, that's why the community is so damn big around Russian. It's surprising, first of all, as well, that Russian streams for like the bigger games have usually at least the same amount of viewers as English ones.
Yeah.
But sometimes, if it's like so-called smaller games somewhat, or like there's 2 big games at the same time, and one of them has Russian, the one game that has the Russian stream usually has more than the English one for the same game, just because English like kind of gets spread out.
Yeah. Yeah,
They appreciate the Russian casters more as well. Maybe I'm not too sure, but
I have some very good casters there, and obviously if you hear it in your home language, because English is not that spoken there, so makes sense. They're an amazing community though. It's huge how big it's amazing how big they are.
indeed. But looks like they are trying to fix some things.
This was meant for game 2.
Oh, yeah, right, yo. So it was Holy Master. He was supposed to create the lobby to begin with, but he got a little bit tied up at work, so he was a little bit late. So Ogre just jumped in to create the lobby instead. So Holy Master, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna AFK, create number 2's lobby then.
Join Dota issues. Oh well.
Man, it's the server. It's so hard to find the correct server for some teams, just because there's always at least one guy lagging in a certain server.
And we're lucky we're European. If you go to Asia, they have more server problems than I can imagine.
It's probably true indeed. Well, at least I have to say that compared to like autumn, like May, April, something like that, in general the problems are just a lot fewer than they used to be.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, not only for Southeast Asia, like everywhere. Because there was some time where the servers were always messing up, like every single day. Games took forever because when there's a series, it's like, yeah, you can play game 1, suddenly to start game 2 you need like half an hour because the servers are down again.
Oh yeah, I remember that time. Those were dark times, Coucher.
Those were dark times indeed.
But yeah, oh well. Luckily the servers are getting better, you know, little by little. Someday we can all have Google Fiber or whatever. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have people who play at like ping of 10 or 5 because they have the Google Fiber or optic fiber or whatever. It's insane. They don't have that in my country, so.
Well, they don't have it at all.
No.
Like really, like none of the places have fiber optics for you.
Nope.
So
I mean-
what's the maximum internet
You can, I
speed
mean, you can
you're-
get it for like obviously for like, you know, science museums and like, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it.
but not for like public use, pretty much.
No. No.
So what's the fastest internet speed you can get from like your internet service providers?
Well, okay, the fastest marketed speed is 100, but that's a lie. And then you do the speed test and you get like 18 or 17 or 20 at best.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
What can I
Spain's a-
say? Sucks to be you.
Spain's a harsh place, man. We have to survive on low amounts of internet. First world problems.
Well,
Actually-
maybe that's why Estonia has so much, because we have so little people, so we have so much to share.
That's a beautiful explanation, man.
You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sitting at 300 up and down, so I don't know.
Wow, that's like a wet dream for me, man. You don't even understand. I dream of those things.
Well, the ping isn't the greatest to most places anyway, just because, well, the positioning, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's not bad to anywhere almost, until I go to Southeast Asia or something, but that's just a given anyway. I mean, you cannot have good ping when you come from this side, just because there's the entirety of Russia between you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh well, we should present the teams now before they start.
I guess we should. We've definitely gotten off track a lot. But for xGame, Tomasz will be playing the Timbersaw off lane, leaving Stalkat on the puck mid, and they will be running a safe lane tri lane with Reeves on the Elder Titan, Mantis playing the Phantom Assassin, and the last one will be equal on the IO.
As for Goomba, we're going to have Chill as the Doom in the off-lane position. Mid, we're going to have Exist as the Dragon Knight. Then up top, we're going to have Armin as the Silencer in the carry position, followed by Eda, the support Vengeful Spirit, and finally Gasha as the support Kunkka. Yeah, support Kunkka.
Yeah,
You just wait to see. This guy's gonna win the game for us. I mean,
Okay,
for-
Kunkka solo.
Yeah.
1v5. Chill though in a lot of trouble already. Stifling Dagger level 1, of course, only, I think, 1 second duration, is it really? Yes, I guess it is. So, not that strong of an ability on level 1. Also,
Yeah.
as you get more points into it, it will cost less and less mana, 5 points per level, I believe. So,
Mhm.
ends up, or caps out at 15 mana only.
Mhm.
Plus, being pure damage, it's just a good ability in general. You can last it with it if the lane is bad, which of course this time around it shouldn't be, because you're up against a solo Doombringer as a tri-lane.
Yeah, I mean it's strong. It's a very strong ability, and they have the ability to chase the Doom. But unluckily for them, I guess the Doom has an easy ability to farm, and on top of that, he's really tanky. It just needs a little bit of armor. If the Doom could just take a side path one time and eat an Ogre Magi, for example, one of those creeps that gives you the armor, he should be set to go, or even a Wildkin should do.
Your Wild King definitely would be nice, getting the toughness aura going for yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe just pick up a Ring of Protection early on as well, although so far might want to get boots first. Because against what xGame has as a tri-lane, if you just have boots, if you just have the movement speed, you're gonna be fine, because all they have are slows pretty much. I mean, there might be the Echo Stomp early on, but it doesn't matter that much, because once they damage you after the Echo Stomp, you're gonna be able to move once again. It's not like the stun will last.
Yeah, exactly. So, in the end, as we were talking about before, they don't have really much of a... They can't really chain start something of the sort, and they really only have slows, which won't work that well in the laning phase anyway. So, if Chill plays conservatively, I don't think he should have much issues here in the offlane. On the other hand, the Timbersaw, I mean, if they get a proper stun here, and a good silence on the Silencer, he could be dying.
Yeah, it's... Even just X marks the spot, which actually has been skilled
That's
up
true.
first by the Kanka.
Mhm.
It's... I guess 4 second duration is a pretty damn long one, to be honest, early on, but... Timbersaw, coincidentally, his Timber Chain is also 4 seconds, so he might still be safe, but oh, he gets a haste run, so Tomasz with this might get quite some XP from this. Trying to go for ED, and he gets himself stuck. Well, they eat his way forward. Did he eat it? Yeah, he ate 3 himself, so with the haste, he's still gonna be safe.
That's gonna be good for the Timbersaw. That haste rune actually really saved him there. I think at least Armin is gonna get free farm though, so I guess it's not the worst. And now Exist is gonna be the one in trouble He has no Dragon's Tail yet. Wow, interesting.
It's usually Dragon Tail isn't maybe even picked up like until level 4, maybe even a little bit later on. It depends on
Yeah.
if your supports are ganking, for example, or yeah, I guess as a solo Dragon Knight, it's not that easy to get the kill on Puck anyway, or at least it shouldn't be easy for you to get it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But
It's true.
looking at the Silencer farming top lane, do you think he's gonna go for a Midas this game, or do you go for like straight up Aghanims, or what's the item build?
Honestly, I think Silencer with a Midas is actually quite great because of the bonus XP you get. But again, straight up Aghanims is faster, to be fair, even though people...
Aghanims got nerfed a little bit, right? It
Yeah, it's only...
it doesn't give the extra duration anymore.
Yeah. But it's still really strong. I mean, I will still pick it up. But, I don't know. I think the Silencer should... I think in this case, like, Midas should probably be better. Especially because of his newfound Glaives of Wisdom. Now he's made to be a carry. And the Midas really helps him in that sense. So, you know, I think it's a safer pickup.
Yeah, I would probably tend to agree with you. It's just... It guarantees your farm as well. Silencer otherwise is really not a flash farmer, so I guess kind of has the same issue as a Chaos Knight usually. You just have to go one by one. But oh, Thomas, he gets stunned up. There's the silence coming out as well. He needs to get the perfect Timber Chain, but X marks the spot was there anyway. So that's gonna be first blood, picked up by Gasha's Kanka.
Really, really good X marks the spot over there. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like the kills on the Timber Saw, if he's not careful, are going to happen for sure. That's a very lethal skill, especially now that he can just call back whenever he wants to.
Existence Stalkat though, they were just chasing the rune. Of course, Stalkat having a slight advantage with Illusion or yourself to safety. And oh, Mantis, he got a solo kill onto Chill. Chill was trying to TP out, almost made it as well. But Chill actually isn't even level 3 yet, so struggling quite hard for levels. But a solo kill I did not expect to happen.
Yeah, that was weird. Chill was very overextending there against the Phantom Assassin. Even though she was solo, I think he still should have been careful. Should not have happened, to be honest.
Well, most definitely not. And so far Chill only has 3 last hits as well. He's been trying to play it rather safe. And well, it worked out for the most part as well, I guess. But I really expected him to get a little bit more out of this. I guess just having the 0 armor is too hard for you to deal with. And so far hasn't really even made his way into the jungle at all, which might have been a slight mistake by him.
Honestly, against a PA with 0 armor, you're kind of asking to be killed. So I agree with you. The idea of going to the jungle should have been at least proposed by him. Oh, Dreamcoil actually on exists now bottom. Sorry, mid, and he's now in deep trouble because he's going to be stunned and killed in the park.
So, really nice rotation by xGame suddenly. They got themselves 2 kills all in all. Kanka though has arcane boots just because he got the first blood, so lots of gold on him. Definitely gonna help out his and Edie's potential to just roam around as the Vengeful Kanka combination. Which I would really like to see them do. I mean, they're completely babysitting the Silencer, who is rather low on health, so I guess if they leave him alone, Timbersaw might just come through him with like a Timber Chain or 2. But
yeah,
those supports kind of just, for me, they feel like they're meant to roam.
I'm starting to see this 400 ping issues. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw down bottom where they were trying to kill the Doom.
No, I did not. But top
Okay,
lane,
well,
Stalkat coming. Does he have the Dream Coil? Nope. 30 seconds on cooldown, so not gonna chase it down.
if you noticed the kill, by the way, it was just that the L10 Stomp was considerably late. So I think he's actually having serious issues here. So we could see that actually quite influencing the game if he cannot get his stomps in time.
Well, it might not be the server as much as maybe his own internet messing up or something, so...
Oh, that's completely... Yeah, I'm not saying it's the server's fault, but he
yeah,
definitely...
I mean, it's just like... It's definitely sad to see somebody lagging and just you missing kills or actually it affecting the game itself. But sometimes it just can't be helped, unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this player in Australia, this HON player or something of the sort, that played with like 400 ping all the time. He got used to it. He was so good at LAN tournaments because he just played without it. He got so used to it. It was amazing. Like some people just...
I mean, sometimes it actually backfires. I mean, you're so used to the lag that, well, I guess you can get used to the LAN environment as well, but you need to just put in a lot of hours before the tournament games actually begin at the LAN.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's so weird how people can get used to lag, but it happens in every game, even in like shooters, FPS. It's kind of the same as well. You get used to the lag, like you start aiming a little bit differently and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a competitive Call of Duty player, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, Tomasz gets stunned as he went in a little bit too early. Io is coming in with Stalketta, but the Global Silence will completely wreck them for a little while. But they are lacking the damage for the time being, and there's going to be a beautiful 3-man Dream Coil. Even Mantis comes in. It's a complete cleanup of this tri-lane. Well, Global Silence, it delayed their death, but they just lack the burst damage themselves.
Yeah, that was quite the dream call. Like that puck coming in invisible was such a key player in that engagement. On top of the fact that the Timbersaw got whirling death on two of them and completely destroyed their tankiness. It was really good, really well played by the xGame guys, and this could be the huge turnaround that might get them into an amazing mid game.
Yeah, it's definitely looking good for them. Mantis #1 in net worth, Puck being the second one, and looks like he's not going for Power Thread, just straight off Blink Dagger, which is the item build that I usually support rather than go for Power Threads. It's because I don't think Power Threads give you enough for you to delay out the Blink Dagger, to be honest, in most cases, but he's only about 450 gold away for it or so. So if he gets it like 10, maybe even 11 minutes in, it's still going to be a pretty good timing, and with that, they can just go so damn aggressive.
Yeah, that's very true. That's Blink. I mean, well, the last game we saw Puck and he got his Blink really, really late. So right now, this Puck is gonna have a huge impact. On top of that, he has a Timbersaw, which is gonna follow him every time he goes in. So that's great. And the Elo Titan can also help because he's almost level 6. So the ganking potential that xGame has right now is insane, and that's gonna add to the farm that PA already has. Plus the Wisp, when he gets relocated, is gonna be. They're gonna snowball out of control here, like they're gonna do now by killing Chill. Stifling Dagger should be enough to kill him off. That's a nope. Oh wow, tricked him with the magic stick. Really smart. In fact, now it's gonna be Kea who's gonna be in. I mean, Mantis was gonna be in trouble because the X marks the spot. Nope, never mind. Pia's gonna go in on Gasha. Gasha trying to run away here. The Stifling Dagger really powerful. Io also helping in. Exist not joining them yet, and no kill is gonna come out of that. Wow.
Well, Magic Stick, man, best item in the game. I just love that item, absolutely. In most any game, it's a worthwhile item for you to have if you can just reserve the item slot. Sometimes if you're like a one position hero, you won't even bother with it, or at least won't bother upgrading it to a magic one just because, well, you're going to be exchanging it soon enough just because you have so many items you need to be carrying anyway. But if you're like a support, or if you're in a lane that has heavy spam with spells, definitely go for it. But oh, we might see a fight. Gasha, he gets jumped with the new Blink Dagger. Even Dreamcore used for that one kill. Kind of an overkill, but making sure that the kill is secured and there won't be just any contention at all.
That was insane, honestly. If they continue like this, Goomba needs to do something here to prevent this from happening. Like, we have a Dragon Knight they have a ganking team too with the Dragon Knight, the Doom, and the Venge and whatnot, but they're not being able to do anything because they're just being ganked constantly by the enemy team. Meanwhile, PA is getting an insane amount of farm, already has her Hello Dominator, which has also been buffed, so scary stuff.
Man, it's so weird to see that xGame they're 6-1 ahead 10 minutes in, just because I thought with an IO and Elder Titan as supports, they're not going to be able to accomplish as much, but first of all, the Puck has done so much for his team already. I mean, he's been a part of 5 of the 6 kills that they've gotten. So, really well done by the Puck. I mean, he has been the one to set up most of what has happened for them anyway at this point. Also, of course, Mantis even joined the top fight as well. So, as a team, they're making the correct decisions so far.
Yeah, definitely. And we thought of xGame as the underdog here, but they're proving themselves by being a really good team right now, playing really well. And like you said, the Puck, Stalkai just playing out of his mind, really.
I really think a lot of it has so far come down to just the Vengeful Spirit and Kanka only staying at the top lane, trying to deal with Timbersaw, but they've still only managed to get 1 kill on him. So them just roaming around, it would have been better. I mean, Puck, as elusive as he may be, as a Kanka just Vengeful Spirit early on, you can still kill him for sure, especially if the Dragon Tail is there to follow up.
I mean, Kanka is like a really good roaming support, so I think he's relatively new support per se. It's most likely that the guys at Goomba has only started practicing recently, so maybe they haven't gotten used to him yet. But like he should be roamed, like you said. In this case, especially because they were against the Timbersaw, they could have gotten some easy kills made. Really, to be honest, against the Puck with the Dragon Knight, they should be fine. So I don't know. It was I guess it was a slight mistake in the early game, but now they can still recover if Dragon Knight can really pull him through, because he's the key player right now.
Yeah, and Silencer also, thanks to the Hand of Midas, getting quite a lot of farm going for himself. Has the point booster now as well. So, if they can get the Aghanim Scepter in with Global Silence and just the Dragon Knight being there, also the they will have the Doom at one point once it's level 6. But that level 6 is so damn late, to be honest, 12.5 minutes in. No Hand of Myras in sight either to just start catching up or anything. So Doombringer definitely struggling, although still has more net worth than Timbersaw, funny enough I guess, but that's what Devour does.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you in the sense that, you know, Doom really needs the XP here, but at least once he gets to level 6, I guess he'll be as useful as he can be. Actually, oh, Armin in trouble right now. He's gonna go down completely, drink gold drop, and he's gonna hit Venge, is gonna be able to kill Venge. In fact, X is now in trouble. Dragon Knight going down, there it is also. The only guy left now is Gasha. They're gonna slow him though, they're still playing dagger. Is the IO gonna tether away? Yeah, okay, good. And Gasha is gonna be killed by the final kill by the Elder Titan. Wow, that was just 4-4-0 engagement. Jesus Christ, that's really bad.
That was just horrible. I mean, I guess you can say that they almost brought down the Timbersaw, but this is a Timbersaw with just a 4-man shield. For a second I thought like maybe he has more than one point into reactive armor, him surviving that long, but it's just really the lack of damage on Goomba's side. I mean, they use the Global Silence, doesn't do damage of course. I mean, Curse of the Silent will get purged off rather fast if you're a Timber, so you have just so much to spam anyway. Just
yeah.
The Breathe Fire did the most damage by the Dragon Knight, I guess, but if you can bring down a 830 HP target, man, how are you gonna win the team fight?
Honestly, it's those kind of situations where if the best thing happened in the team fight is almost bring down Timbersaw, then you're definitely in trouble. It's just xGame is taking complete control over this game, and they also have a better bait game, I would say, with the Puck and a Timbersaw. So I don't know how Goomba's actually gonna come back from this one. They have to do some really amazing pickoffs to be able to.
Yeah, I mean, with the Doom, theoretically you would think the pickoffs should be rather easy, but that's not before he gets himself a Blink Dagger or something, and at the moment has picked up a Chainmail, so might be building a mech or God knows what with the Chainmail, maybe even a Blade Mail. I guess Blade Mail isn't all that bad against Timbersaw, for example, definitely a lot of damage to be reflected there, but man, it's going to be hard for them. At least Konka has himself the Ghost Shift as well, so maybe they can start setting things up, but so far the supports, I mean, I guess they've been a part of the one kill that they've gotten, but it's just really the supports haven't accomplished too much in just helping out the other lanes, creating space or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, Relocate now going on Gosh, another support dying here really easily. Nothing to be done by the four guys like Goomba, and wow. At this point, like you said, the supports haven't done much in the early game, but now when it gets to the mid game, they're also very starved. They really can't do much. They're still not level 6. Well, Konka I guess is, but not Ede. And I don't know, really bad position right now. Goomba is also going to lose revenge. Wow, with a crit from the Stifling Dagger. Chill should be going down as well, actually, really easily. 1 crit, 2 crit. There's the dead Doom, and can they? Yeah, they should be able to. Yeah, there's a denied IO.
No, in the backlines, Puck, he was hanging around for a little bit too long, I guess. So that's a huge kill. Dominating streak ended. But
yeah,
that was still a Doom used for just an IO who got denied anyway and managed to purchase up 2 parts of the mech before that. So only needs like 640 gold more to finish up the mech recipe. And with that heal coming through, it's just gonna mean that even more health or even more damage will have to come out from Goomba for them to actually get kills like that. And since the Doom looks to be actually going for that Blade Mail now, only has 2 points into Devour still as well, has come for free into Scorched Earth instead. This Doombringer is probably going to be one of the just poorest, most poor Doombringers I've seen.
Oh wow, did you see that pickup on the Puck? He's going for full Dagon.
It's not too bad, I guess, just kill off like a couple of heroes immediately, get rid of the silencer so it wouldn't be annoying, I don't know.
In this case, I think it's great actually because he has a burst damage. You can go on heroes. Look at this. You can see Dagon in action right now. There it is. A dead Doom. But like a Dagon is usually not an item picked up by Puck because it's a win more item. But in this case, it's actually a really good item because it allows him to just completely wreck the enemy team because they're relatively squishy, at least the core. I mean, at least Silencer, Revenge, and kind of Konka right now. So. It's. I mean, I think it's a great item in this case. It's gonna allow him to just snowball out of control and completely destroy the enemy team.
RMN in some trouble. No crits though coming out from Mantis. 1 crit probably would have done the trick there. Still though, just solo. 1 Stifling Dagger already forces Silencer to activate the TP home. Still getting some nice gold thanks to the Midas though. So Midas definitely was probably the correct choice for this game. But xGame, they get themselves another tier 1 tower down. They're just getting so much gold. Of course, 14 to 3 the kill score as well. Looking at the graphs. almost a 10k net worth lead now, 7.5 in XP. Of course,
Wow.
if you lose a fight, you're gonna lose quite a lot of it as well, probably. But are they going to lose a fight? I mean, I think at worst they're gonna break even, but they're most likely gonna just win the fight anyway.
This is just insane, honestly. This is a position where, like, I mean, it's always the team with IO that can come back from behind, because with the Reloki ganks and whatnot. But what is Goomba's comeback mechanism? Sorry, Goomba's comeback mechanism. What do they do here to? Oh wait, never mind. They're actually gonna get started by Puck. Wow, really bad position for them. It's gonna be Venge, who's gonna be almost killed. Puck almost killing. There's the Dagon killing him off, and now Armin, the second one to die, trying to TP away. They're all trying to TP away. The Kunkka boat comes in though, and is the IO gonna die? Not yet. He's still somehow alive. He's gonna relocate back in a second. No, the neutral creep finish him off. Exists now. The only one alive. They're gonna use the Stifling Dagger, but Exist is gonna turn into a dragon, try to run away, stun out the PA, but he's in a lot of trouble. There is the Puck finishing him off. Meanwhile, Mantis somehow farming the creeps for whatever reason, and the rest of the team, Goomba, still trying to kill off these poor guys, but Tomasz doesn't care. He's gonna TP away, and yeah, it's gonna be a 1-for-1, I suppose. No, 2-for-1 in the end.
But if you have to use your global silence purely defensively to just hope to TP out, you know, just things aren't going your way, and it's a rather big cooldown as well. I mean, it's not as long as some might, like Ravage is 20 seconds more, for example, but it's still fairly long for that matter. And now Lincoln Sphere picked up on Phantom Assassin just to prevent yourself from getting doomed, maybe even activate on the Puck just so he could jump in a little bit more safe. So, I mean, Phantom Assassin I guess doesn't need damage items all that bad, and they're just playing it safe just because they're ahead anyway, so it's ridiculous how much ahead they are still.
Yeah, it's kind of a stomp right now. The xGame guys are completely destroying Goomba. I mean, honestly, what does Goomba do right now? If you were them, what's their strategy here?
Just try to split push, but they don't even have that strong of a push apart from using Elder Dragon Form. But if they use Elder Dragon Form to go for like a split push, tier 1, something like that, it's just gonna mean that you're not gonna have Elder Dragon Form for the fight. So xGame will just wait out the Dragon Form, then go in and push and just win the fight just because you don't have that like little source of damage that otherwise you would. But he's getting close to a BKB, so that's nice because they're gonna help him stand in the fights.
Yeah, that's true. I guess, you know, there's that. I think that's the little ray of hope for them. But honestly, if this goes on for much longer, if I was Goomba, honestly, and this continues on for like, and it goes to like 24-4, something like this, and they just can't get kills, I would just GG, because you really don't want to lose morale because of these games. And Gasha now in trouble being hit by the Puck. Stalkat is about to kill him. Oh, the boat comes in just to try to save Gasha, but he's still gonna go down despite the buff from the boat. And that's gonna be, should be enough to kill the tower as well.
There was a relocate just now, from here to here.
Wait, where was the other one?
He just relocated like that.
Okay.
It was just, what? Maybe he wanted to relocate top. He even brought, or he was tethered to Mantis at the time, but straight after the relocate, Mantis was like, dude, what the fuck was that? I'm gonna leave you alone now. Just suffer your fate now, I don't know.
Oh, that was weird.
That's just gonna be a tier 2 down. I mean, double damage on Mantis, definitely Goomba don't want to fight into that and an Aegis. But do they have any other items except the BKB on Exist coming out that they should be waiting for? I guess Aghanim Scepter on Silencer is huge with a level 2 ultimate as well.
Yeah, but that's not going to be that effective though. We've seen the Aghanims being used in a defensive way most of the time. Like, I don't think the damage is really what they're lacking here. Like, that damage is not going to be enough. It's 400 damage around, 500, if I'm not mistaken, in total, to every hero, which is kind of good. It's like a Zeus ultimate, but not good enough, I think, to turn these team fights around.
It should be like 390, I believe, but it's... I guess the mana drain might be even more impactful in some cases, I don't know. It's definitely hard for them, especially since xGame. They're just relentless, pressuring another tier 2 tower. They want to take all the outer towers down. And Goomba, they can't even react. I mean, they're not even trying to so far.
No, I mean, they just can't. It's the position where, like, they're lacking initiation. Oh, they're going to go action. Who's going to BKB, though? He should be okay. Stalkat. Oh, Stalkat dying. Completely dying. Actually, that's a first kill on this guy. And Mantis now also dying. No, not quite yet. There is the Aegis going down. And yeah, first kill in a couple minutes. That's pretty good, actually. They got 2 kills. If they get Mantis a second time, Armin actually also gets IO, and they're trying to really hard to kill this PA, but it's kind of hard to kill him right now. The Blur is really strong. Lincoln stopping him as well. Mantis trying to get a kill on Ede right now, but they're just not hitting him, and that's going to be dead PA. So 3-0, pretty good. And the 8.
That's exactly how you come back, I guess. It's about a 5k in net worth swing, 5.6k in XP as well. That is huge, and it was just xGame going a little bit too deep there. Could have just been satisfied with a tier 2 puck and was completely behind enemy lines. Same almost for Mantis as well, so they lost the Aegis, lost him twice. Just excellent fight for Goomba, and they're going to get the tier 1 of their own now as well, that the Elder Dragon form is still activated for a little while longer. So it's massive how much they gained. Although Reeves, he wants to go in maybe. We're split it on cooldown though. They tried to deny the tower, couldn't do it.
Yeah, but I mean, this tower plus the team fight, like you said, it could be the time for their comeback. I mean, the Aghanim is on Silencer, and obviously the BKB is also down Dragonite. So if there's any of a time to a comeback, it's this. What's the next item that they go for here, like the Silencer or the Dragonite?
And I guess Silencer can maybe try to go for straight off Refresher. I mean, the Silence definitely did stop xGame from doing anything in that fight, I guess. Elder Titan is building Evil Scepter, that's definitely gonna be nice for himself. To just prevent the Silence or dodge some of it at least. Same for Puck, is building for one now as well. His take on fun is over, I guess. Or maybe not over, but it's not gonna be able to just build straight off into Dagon 5 because they didn't snowball as hard. But they're still going for the last outer tower, and Goomba now, without the global silence, they're not even gonna attempt to defend it, I think.
Which is the wisest choice probably here. If
RMN though, he is so freaking screwed, trying to go for the TP out, crit, Mantis crit, not gonna happen.
That was really unfortunate on Mantis' part. Those were very low chances on that crit, but you know, he tried.
So that's exactly what we were talking about, just not being able to kill people, them just TPing away from you. I guess RMN is fairly tanky with 1.3k HP, and he went for a Blink Dagger now. I guess wants to stay far enough back to survive the puck initiation, not get silenced from it yourself. And then come in, just last word, global silence, whatnot, which is ready now as well. They have the Elder Dragon form. They might even jump in with this.
I don't know. I think it's the Relay coming in actually, and well, Armin is the first one to go down here. The crit coming up, but the Doom is used on Mantis. Mantis is done as well. He's most likely gonna go down unless the IO. Wow, never mind. Mantis is just immortal here. Then just trying to swap around with the IO, but no, somehow they're still both alive. Mantis is probably gonna get denied, but the Blur might stop him from being denied. Oh, there it is. Never mind. They don't even need to deny him. Meanwhile, up top, they seem to be continuing the fight, trying to get stall cap, but not gonna be the case. As this is gonna be a 1-0 actually again. Wow, that was quite bad for Goomba.
I'm not too sure if they didn't see the relocate coming in here or something, or he really thought that the blink will be enough to save him. I mean, at the moment, they definitely placed the ward before the relocate came. So not too sure why they didn't see it or why the silencer didn't react in time. I definitely thought that they're just gonna go global silence immediately as the relocate comes in, and then just fight, not try to run away, then poke global silence and die anyway. So I don't know, definitely unfortunate. And with this Timberstone, he's gonna have his sort of Bloodstone final finish. Definitely not a fast one by any means, but I guess better late than never. Getting some nice stats, and even if you die, at least you heal your teammates a little bit.
Could be a much worse Bloodstone, to be honest. Like, it's considering how badly he did in the early game, I think it's probably the best Bloodstone you could possibly get. And right now, the domination from xGame is still somewhat there, because you could see in the last fight.
I just noticed that Timbers is actually the lowest net worth in his team.
Oh, below the supports. Oh god. the carry IO, new meta.
Well, I guess he can still recover, and since he's level 11, although he doesn't have that much health and that much mana to actually go for like a prolonged, delayed fight, he still offers pretty much the same burst anyway, since he has the two first spells maxed out, so it doesn't really matter that he doesn't have that great of a farm.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you don't really need that much of a farm on Timber's side. I guess you need his core items and whatnot, but once you're done with those, it's fine. And he's been doing pretty fine. I guess 1-7 is pretty good for a Timbersaw with that item, so he should be fine. The only person they really want items on, I guess, would be PA. But even so, if he gets like Mjolnir or anything sort of attack speed item, he could be really dangerous.
Yeah, it's also a Basher wouldn't go amiss just because getting like the second chance First of all, if you don't get the crit to just blow him up before the TP, at least you can have a chance to bash him and stop the TP.
That's true. That's a good point. The only issue with actually, never mind. I'll take that back. That only works with Daedalus. Never mind. So yeah, the Abyssal as well works pretty. If you goes for that, works pretty well. If anyone in the enemy team gets BKBs of any sort, especially the Dragon Knight. The only thing I think would be missing, perhaps an AC on someone or a Desolator of sorts, because the Dragon Knight is really tanky. And that's because of his armor. He has an insane amount of armor. So the PA is going to have a hard time killing him as the game progresses. So he probably wants to go for something along the lines of any sort of minus armor would be good against him.
I mean, definitely wouldn't be too bad. So for armor, I mean, Goomba, if they can somehow get an AC, for example, whether it be on the Doombringer or the Dragon Knight, will be excellent. Or even something like a Vladimir's Offering, since otherwise they're going to be sitting at 0 armor. I mean, what do they have for armor on like all of them? Do they even have a ring of... Well, there's a ring of Bazi at least. A buckler built on the Doombringer as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting some bonus armor from some sources, but most of the heroes for the majority of the fights will be sitting at more or less 0 anyway.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm just saying, the Dome has a lot of armor, like a lot of extra armor, and he's probably gonna go for Shivas as the game progresses, perhaps AC, one of the two. So I really don't want to. I mean, having a minus armor is always a great thing, and also gives you a little bit more pushing potential in case the game gets out of hand. Because Goomba also has a pretty decent late game. I don't think I think the both late games are relatively equal.
Well, at the moment, all we can do is just hope that Mantis will actually reconnect soon enough as well. But Kasha is ready. Good, man. Kanka is ready to go. Also, Dragon Knight building towards that Heaven's Halberd at the moment. I guess it's definitely going to be good, especially considering the Phantom Assassin does not have a BKB. So you're gonna buy like a few precious seconds when you're not gonna get critted to death. So they're getting some items going. I mean, Silencer up to 1.1k now as well. It's really this Doombringer just not accomplishing too much, and of course supports, well, especially the Vengeful Spirit, they are struggling.
I think the Doom needs Blink to start accomplishing things, like you said earlier. Like until he gets the Blink, he's not gonna be the best Doom ever. And I think in this case, the Doom goes for an Aghanims. Would you pick that up?
It's definitely nice to get rid of the Blur, for example, or Natural Order, or really any passives, even reactive armor for that matter. So definitely wouldn't be a bad choice, and even if not for the passives, it's still a pretty nice damage increase, to be honest. I mean, if it's level 3 Doom with an Aghanim Scepter, it does 1280 pure damage. 1280. It's ridiculous how much damage that spell does.
Yeah, it's true. The only issue it has is that it can be obviously denied, but there's that. Like really easily, unless it's the PA, in which case the Blur will stop the deny from happening.
Well, it's definitely hard for our Goomba to just come back into this game completely, but it's not quite impossible at this point, because they did show us that with a nice global silence or slight overextension by xGame sides, they can definitely win fights. I mean, if you look at the graphs as well, they did drop down a little bit. Now, of course, going to upwards once again, but in the XP, there was only a 4k difference at one point, all of a sudden after one fight.
Yeah, that's true. But right now, xGame is dominating once again, so, I mean, they're starting to dominate again. I don't know. I don't know what I think xGame should close the game rather quickly. They need to. Otherwise, they're just giving a chance for Goomba to kind of come back. And Goomba does not have the greatest high ground defense. So as long as they don't overextend, they just kind of steadily take the towers and damage the towers, the tier 3 whatnot. I think they should be fine. But they're at risk of perhaps losing their lead.
It's always risky to go high ground. They themselves, I guess Puck jumping in is probably the best. They can even like have Puck jump in and IO with Phantom Assassin relocate behind the racks or something like that. Just try to pincer them on the high ground. Because Goomba, like you said, they don't have the greatest high ground defense, nor do they have really the greatest teamfight abilities. I mean, Ghost Ship is maybe like one of the scarier things to go up against if you're xGame trying to go high ground. But if some of them come like up the ramp and the others come like from behind the tier 4s, there's just not enough from them. Of course, Global Silence will still be the hardest thing for them to combat with, I guess, and there aren't any BKBs or Manta Styles coming out. Maybe Phantom Assassin actually might finish up a Manta Style from the Yasha just to get rid of Global Silence.
It could be. Honestly, I don't think it would be the worst of choices. The ability to have the Stifling Dagger and especially the Phantom Strike is actually really good. And also the damage the Global Silence gives you is quite strong. So, I can see that happening actually in this game. Also, the illusions from Phantom Assassin actually deal a lot of damage with the crits, so it's not the worst either.
Yeah, and also just it's probably not gonna happen, but there's a slight chance that the Doombringer will doom up an illusion instead if you just manage to create enough confusion or something like that. So definitely quite a lot of positives for the Manta style in this game, I guess. I mean, although Phantom Assassin doesn't rely that much on his Stifling Dagger and Phantom Strike, it's still nice to be able to use them in the fights.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's also the extra damage, like you said earlier, from the Stifling Dagger is quite good. So, like you said, like it's just the ability to have those, have more options and whatnot. I mean, it's really nice. So, the Phantom Assassin is just the key player here. I think maybe a BKB is still in order for him though. Would you consider that if you were Phantom Assassin?
I think I definitely would. There's quite a lot of lockdown. Of course, there's still the Doom, but if you have BKB and the Linkens, there is no way in hell you're gonna get doomed. Unless you just activate the BKB too late or something like that, but also BKB up against the Heaven's Halberd that is incoming for the Dragon Knight won't be too bad. So it definitely might be a choice for him. I mean, Phantom Assassin doesn't need the massive damage items anyway, so BKB might just be fine. We'll see though in which order he wants to build his items. Maybe he wants to go for Basher first. I guess his item choice also may depend on just the next fight they're gonna go for.
That's very true actually. It really depends. Because I think they should really see what's lacking in those fights and whatnot. If she keeps getting locked down and whatnot, the BKB is a great idea. If the Silence is what's disturbing her, then she will Manta style. So, it's important. Anyway, we've talked about her itemization. Let's talk about the Goomba's carry. And we can consider Dragon Knight their carry. After he gets that Heaven's Halberd, what do you think he should go for?
I think AC probably is still the best. Just for their own damage output, as well as survivability against just Elder Titan and Phantom Assassin. Although, well, I guess you can try to go for something like a Mjolnir as well for more damage output yourself. Just faster split push or faster push in general or counter pushing as well. Something along those lines might not be too bad.
That's actually a really good idea, considering that before we talked about how, it'd be great if they could split push, but they can't, so, And now that Kunkka's starting to get the Tidebringer. It could be a possibility they could transition into a team that could possibly split push, at least enough to apply some pressure to the poor xGame guys, so they have alternatives whenever they get crushed. I think that's an important thing to have.
I mean, it's so hard for them to just do anything to us, no matter the items they go for. I mean, he might as well go for Daedalus, for example, for just straight off damage and leave the AC and all kind of auras for the Doombringers, because, well, he's not going for any massive items at this point anyway. Just Blade Mail into mech. It's underwhelming as a Doombringer most of the time, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good choice, I think, if you get the AC on the Doom, that extra armor and whatnot. It's pretty good, but I don't know. Does the Doom have the gold gain? Like, if you look at his gold per minute, he's at 271. To get an AC, a full AC, which is like 5,800, 5,000 gold. Around 5,200 gold. That's gonna take him, what, 26 minutes?
Okay, so let's say he finishes the mech he needs like another, what, 1.1k gold or so?
Okay, so
so for that he needs like 5 minutes, a little bit less, like 4.5.
Yeah, and then for the AC he's gonna need 26.
Too many, man, 2 minutes. 20 minutes.
Okay, fine. We'll lower it to 20 minutes.
Yeah, it should be 20 minutes with 270 gold per minute. It should be like 5.4k, I think. So just about it.
Yeah, okay. So 20 minutes. So he's gonna get his AC around the 50-minute mark.
Man, it's one of the lower gold per minutes I've seen on Doombringers, even without like going for Hand of Midas. It's just him leaving the Devour at level 2 as well.
I've seen support Doombringers being faster than this in gold per minute. He just got crushed in the offlane completely.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, support Doombringer, he's just freely farming in the jungle, whereas the Doombringer got crushed, so it's definitely a sad game for him. Okay, so
now we're just waiting for the PA to come back, and hopefully he'll come back soon.
Good questions in an all chat, man.
Yeah, the QA on Ogre. Oof. Oh well. Okay, now that we went through almost every single carry, let's go for the last one, which we're missing. Silencer. Itemization for this guy. He got Aghanim's. We talked about the possibility of him going full carry, or the possibility of him going more of utility with a refresh or something of the sort. What do you think is the item? Do you still believe in refresher, or do you think maybe an Orchid slash Ginsos will be better?
I think Hex will always be good, no matter what, to be honest.
Obviously.
But it depends on how much or how fast he can get the gold. Shiva's card definitely wouldn't be a bad choice. Extra armor against Elder Titan, slowing down the attack speed of Phantom Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit cheaper than the Hex as well, although Hex probably would be maybe a slightly bigger item. I mean, for all I care, you could even build an Orchid, although there's probably going to be a BKB coming out on Timber even at some point. It's because nobody wants to get Global Silence, or at least like get wrecked in a team fight just because of Global Silence. I think Hex or Refresher might be the best choices.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with you.
I guess you can like try to go for boost of travels, but Silencer just won't do too much with them.
Yeah. I mean, I would not go for Brutal Travel in this game. I guess it's decent, but they're not winning team fights. I don't care how much ganking ability you have or how fast you are. Like, it's not going to help you in that sense. So I don't think it's the item. I would agree with the Refresher in this case. A Hex, like you said, is a little bit too slow, perhaps, and once you get it, it's just a little bit too late. But it would be work good on Phantom Assassin. Stops the blur. Depends really on what Doom is going for. If Doom is going for Aghanim's, I think a Hex is definitely not that great. If Doom is not, the Hex should be seriously considered so they can actually kill the Phantom Assassin.
They need just something, anything. I mean, really any item upgrade they can go for, unless it's just something completely idiotic and I don't know what. It's like, oh, I'm a Conker, I'm gonna build a Mjolnir now or something, I don't know. So, I guess Conker Mjolnir, it wouldn't be too bad. So, okay, so, unless they just start going for rapiers, it's gonna be fine, I guess, I don't know. I mean, at this point, since the Conker is not the core one, even going for rapier really isn't an option.
Yeah, no, definitely not rapier. I don't want to see a rapier. I mean, I would love to see a rapier, but I think that's not fair. The poor Kunkka is gonna lose it for sure. I mean, he doesn't usually have the other items. Usually, a Kunkka with rapier goes for, first of all, Aegis first, please, guys. If I ever play a pub with you guys, just if you get a rapier, get Aegis first. Second, Daedalus as well, Shadowblade, all those items which you won't have. So just rapier on Kunkka is actually not that great.
Oh god, so we're at the point that we might need to load into the game with a stand-ins, because Mantis?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why, please? Why?
It would have been a rather high chance that this game will end within like the next 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually have no idea how exactly the reload works. I think you should be able to do it with a stand-in. At least I think it has done before.
I won't lie to you, I have no clue. I don't know.
I mean, the reloads aren't that common anyway, thank god for that, to be honest. So, we're probably going to remake if the admin is around.
Okay, seems like we will be remaking, which is pretty good.
At least we're getting somewhere. At the moment, we're just, nothing's going on. The pause has been rather long as well. I'm not entirely sure how long, but it has definitely been 10 minutes minimum.
Yeah. So, I mean, technically they should unpause, I think, right? Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully they can get this 10 and then those kind of a pity that these things happen. I kind of sad about this.
Especially since they were looking so damn good in this game as well. Gonna slow down the momentum a little bit. I mean, they're definitely still ahead by, well, about 10,500 net worth. XP about 6.5 as well, but it just shuts down the momentum anyway. Especially if it's your team, like, being disconnected and you know that you have to get a stand-in, so that's a lot of trouble in itself.
Yeah, especially because you're the ones that are losing, so it's, sad.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into the new lobby now.
Jesus Christ. I actually don't know. Do they make a lobby for the replay? Yeah. Right?
Yes. It's... I don't actually know how exactly you make it so, but if it's like replayed,
Oh, hello, coach.
you usually see like the players, or not the players, but I think it's the heroes that are in the slots. Then you join the slot of the hero you want to play, something like that.
I don't know. I will.
I've seen a
I will
couple
take
of
your word
like
for it.
loads, but
You're probably right. I don't like I don't.
I think I saw my last load at like I'd like to say at least 4 months ago by now.
Huh.
So yeah, like I can see at the moment, it's like Elder Titan join slot, Phantom Assassin, whatnot. So there is some load at 26 minutes in. I have no clue. Wait. We were exactly 26 minutes and 19 seconds in, so nothing should be different really, probably. Nobody isn't dead, so all is good.
Yeah, as long as nobody dies, I guess we're all good.
It's just now a matter of how fast can they get the stand in. That's probably gonna take ages as well. It's like, when is he coming? Soon! It's the most common answer. It's like, it's 10 minutes after the initial start time. Last coming? Yes. But nobody ever says when. It's just, yes, they're coming.
It's the way to get them indefinitely. They're just never gonna come in the end.
It has happened. It's like one team appears with 4 players, then suddenly one leaves as well, and then they're like, guys, we forfeit. I think it was like that with Moscow 5. Not sure if it was. Yeah, I think it was Moscow 5.
Yeah.
Because they were like disbanding anyway, pretty much, or playing under with maybe like a slightly different roster, or they were changing up something. At least they left the organization or whatnot. So they came into the lobby. 4 of them were there. Then Vigos left as well. Then somebody was like, "Sorry guys, we forfeit. We're having like roster issues."
Well, that's honest at least, I guess.
So at the moment, looks like they will actually swap around who plays what maybe as well. Because Equal has taken the position of the Phantom Assassin. So whoever they're getting a stand-in, they're gonna put him in a position where the stand-in feels most comfortable in, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The IO though is a bot, so there it is.
Well, IO definitely not a super easy hero to play. They just want to put bots, just unfair bot.
I guess the hardest bot. I wonder if you put a bunch of unfair bots. I want to see that. Bots when they get to the higher level, they're hard. They're hard to beat.
I haven't played against bots in forever. I have even no idea how strong the unfair bots are even.
What? Oh, what? Oh, okay. I thought Armin was the stand, and I was like, wait, that's weird. How can he play with both teams? And then he does this.
Okay, some guy has appeared in the lobby. Not too sure if it's the correct guy or if it's the stand-in or just some random dude or not.
Yeah, I think he's.
I think I've seen him before somewhere. Not too sure if he has played with xGame in the past or whatnot, but the name is somewhat familiar.
I don't know who he is at all.
I have no idea how to pronounce it though. It's like
Cut.
Kart.
I'm just gonna go for cut, and then someone who speaks proper, more than one language in the chat will correct it.
You speak more than one language?
Okay, more than one. Okay, that's true. Someone who speaks one of the Cyrillic languages can correct me. Feel bad.
Oh God! I know what this is, but I'm not gonna say it because the H is a Russian N.
Cunt.
So don't say it, but if you think about that name with the H being N. So it's a bad word, man. It's a bad word.
Oh, I get it. Wow.
I think it was more or less the same the last time I saw that name. It feels so familiar. It's like, oh, it's... Wait a minute, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, well.
Okay, then.
Were you disconnected from the server too? Yes. Okay, just checking.
So somebody bugged out.
Yeah,
who is that? Sonny Be Good? Sonny Be Good?
Okay, seems like our German casters left us too.
Oh man. I guess it was him then.
Maybe. Either way, seems like I think it's because he joined in halfway through the game, so like
Oh yeah, might be. I'm not too sure how that works with loads in, if the spectators have to be the exact same as well or not.
I don't know either. Either way, finally gonna get the game underway. Oh, yes, and I mean, we waited so much. No, are you serious?
What a what a cut. Oh man, well,
Why does this happen? Like it's just
it may be issues of the server rejecting him. It's like, you are not the correct guy, or if not that, then it's, oh never mind, then it should be the Phantom Assassin disconnecting.
yeah, exactly.
I thought like
They
maybe
just
it's
don't
like
it.
you are not the same player. You are a player who was in the server before, yet you are not the same player playing that same hero. I don't know. 10-second BKB. What?
Is it 10 seconds? Maybe? No. Wait. Okay, exists.
Oh, he was just checking if there's a bug. So it says it's an 8-second one still. So
Yes, yeah, I think we're fine. Okay. I mean, it was weird to wait so much for a game where I'm pretty sure Goomba's still gonna win. I mean, sorry, xGame is still gonna win, but you know.
it's sometimes it is like this, or it's most of the time like that. To be honest, you get the longest pause in history, and then the shortest finish of the game.
Yeah. It's kind of, I feel bad for the guys with Goomba, honestly. If this is really, like, if they have to wait for this long for them to just, you know, lose the game, it's just kind of...
All I have to say is that I'm happy that we don't have like any other games to get to straight after this, so we don't care about the delays at all in that sense. So
Yeah,
no rush.
Luckily, we're worth it, guys. Stay and chill out with us for a while.
Fun times ahead, man.
Our wards disappeared. Well, that's a pretty... Everyone's wards just left. I see one here, though. Someone's lying.
I get it. Sometimes the spectators and the players see different things after load-ins.
Oh, that could be.
I think so. The load's definitely a little bit bugged, although it's pretty great that there's a system like this in general, just because otherwise it's like either you have to finish this 4 versus 5 or just redo the entire game. But remaking the entire game with the same picks is just retarded if you're this late into the game already, so you're gonna have to go for a new draft as well, most likely, and
Yeah.
just way more confusion than just losing a couple of wards. I think it's just worth the speed of it, I don't know.
Honestly, I think that should happen is whenever like a player should be able to join mid game. I think that's something.
Buck in some trouble though, gets the silence off, but the torrent connected on him anyway. Still alive, there's the global silence even committed for this. Well, they might get the kill on silencer anyway, because equal, he smells blood and oh, with one crit.
Wow.
And Gaisha, he's on the run as well, might be able to escape, maybe, trying to go for the TP out. Oh, the torrent, perfectly done, and he does survive just thanks to that.
Very, very unfortunate. That torrent was a very beautiful torrent. Actually helped him. Oh well, it was 1-for-1 still though, so I mean, even the best trades that Goomba can get are not the best. I don't know if that makes sense. They're not ideal, they're just kind of mediocre.
Yeah, it was also global silence used for that, so definitely every single time they use global silence, they are hoping for a little bit more out of it. So, a little bit unfortunate, but just the damage output of, well, natural order being there, plus Phantom Assassin right-clicking at you, it's too much. Well, we have no idea when Roshan is going to respawn though, that's sad. I have no idea when it was even killed, but...
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't check the time.
So if you're xGame and do you try to wait for next Roshan, or do you just straight off like go try high ground?
I don't think it's necessary, but I think to be safe. I don't know, because if you wait for your next Roshan, you're also giving them the chance to farm and get major items and whatnot, so I don't think that's the best of options either. I think what's lacking right now is relocate ganks constantly. The IO actually should be catching up with Equal now that they relocate coming up top. They're trying to save Reeves here, who's been doomed, but now they're all in trouble actually. Chill using that stomp very efficiently. Equal is now in trouble, and actually he's going to go down. Not yet. The IO is the first target. They're trying to really kill him off. The Spirit's still really close to his body for whatever reason. And the IO is actually going to be finished off on the bench, his urn. There in comes the puck, though, with the Dream Coil, and Equal now in trouble. Probably going to go down here, trying to run away. The Dagon actually managed to get bench, but so will Play die and exist. is the guy that's trying to run away from both the Puck and the Timbersaw. Can he make it out? He's really tanky, but the magical damage is too harsh for him. There's the beautiful whale sending everyone up, and Tomash is going to receive the full damage of that boat. Can they catch him though? I don't think so. He has a second. There's a chakra. I'm sorry. But not able to kill Gasha just yet. Gasha is quite tanky. Neither Timbersaw nor him will die, but now Puck is in trouble. He's been hit by the Silencer ultimate. He's trying to Yoz away, but it's not going to be enough. Stalkat is going to be able to blink away, though, if he doesn't get hit by the Doom. There it is. And they should have died anyway. Their keeps just blocking him. Well.
So in the end, a 4-for-2 fight, I believe. Really well done. First of all, the Doombringer on an Elder Titan. Usually maybe not the highest priority target to go for, but preventing that Echo Stone from coming out, having or giving the chance for the Dragon Knight to pop BKB and turn things around there. So really well fought. Unfortunately, Silencer wasn't there, but the relocate comes in. They smell blood, but well, I guess there's just sense of smell was completely off this time around. So relocate accomplishes nothing.
Oh well, it's only a 60-second cooldown. Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
So nice fight for Goomba. And do Goomba really have a 5k XP lead, or I think it's bugged, right?
Yeah, I am pretty sure that's bugged. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Look at the levels for a second. It could be.
I guess it is in their favor. Probably it should be equal, kind of.
Yeah, I mean the Venge though really brings them down. But
I don't know. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. Maybe
the
they're
goal
going
is
even out with time.
Bugged, I would say, but yeah, I don't know. We have to see this.
It was definitely about a 6k XP lead, I do believe. Before when it was paused for xGame. I guess that one fight definitely changed quite a lot, but.
Could be.
So now it actually might be like a 3.5k lead for them. In the meantime, Chem picked up for Elder Titan, so they want to get some map control. Want to make sure that once the relocate comes, there will be no reaction to it at all or something like that. But is it like a hit to your confidence for xGame if they just kind of lose fight after fight for the last couple of ones?
I think their morale is probably going pretty low. I mean, I bet they're stressing out here. What are they waiting for exactly? We don't know. It's just that they just need to do something. They were dominated before, and now it seems like they just can't. And I think they're probably thinking, oh, it's also because of the loss of Mantis.
Mantis definitely their just core carry player for God knows how long already.
Yeah, it's one of the most consistent, solid players in their team, and he left. So it's really unfortunate.
Well, we'll see how they're going to be able to adapt. At this point, Stalkat has picked up an ultimate orb. Might be a defensive Linken Sphere. Probably going to be a Hex though. I would probably like to see Hex more than the Linkens. But Yule Scepter activated. They want to go for Ornament. The Silence is there. Nice swap though. Dream Coil just onto ED. Relocate going to come in as well. But only losing a Vengeful here is not all that bad.
Oh boy, they could actually be losing a Dragon as well. They're now going on him. He's being stunned completely. Oh, the BKB used though. The global silence comes out, and now everyone's in trouble. It's gonna be Tomash, the first one to die with that powerful Doom. But the guys at xGame, man, anything in return of this, they're not going to right now. The Puckets are kind of like fighting them off, trying to run away. And now, oh, there is Equal trying to get Exist first. The beautiful ultimate by the Yellow Titan actually going to manage to hit a couple of them, stop Exist with that stomp, and now poor little Cot is going to die. And then Puck is the next one to go down. Poor Stalkat has nothing to do there. It was a 2-for-1, not bad.
I think the Timbersaw went down as well, just thanks to the blast zone. His respawn was rather fast, so in the end, a 3-for-1 Goomba taking another huge fight. Arman stealing a little bit of extra intelligence as well, although at the moment it says he's only on 8, but he was at least on 10 before when the pause was there, so not too sure how well that actually works or if he still has the damage stolen before. It actually might be bugged out for all I know, just because it's really hard to calculate his intelligence otherwise, or what it was before and like the increase from level 1, I don't know, but in any case, Roshan is going on or being attempted by Goomba. They might even be able to claim it with just xGame having 2 heroes dead.
Yeah, I mean right now with the Sages, they're actually getting a pretty good comeback here. It's kind of weird, honestly. I wasn't expecting this at all, but it seems like after that pause, they refreshed all they needed, and they're starting to come back to this game, and they have an equally good late game with the Silencer and the Dragon Knight. I think they should be pretty solid there.
Yeah, the Doombringer as well, picking up speed even. Has picked up the Vladimir's offering, was there for the last fight already. So extra armor sources definitely gonna help out in your survivability against just Elder Titan. So 2.5k after that as well. Araman, he more or less has his refresher orb, just needs like another 100 gold, a little bit less even. Blink there picked up on Goomba, so there's gonna be double ultimate. At least Timbersaw will have his own BKB by the next fight probably. But apart from the BKB, there is nothing for them yet to get rid of the silence properly. I mean, they have use setters for the Puck and the Elder Titan, I guess, but man, it's... I guess against double ultimate, even BKB doesn't make you safe just because the second ultimate will go through anyway.
I mean,
huge items coming out for Goomba, man.
Yeah, they really are. They're stocking up enough to... I mean, the only threat right now is the PA. I'm just waiting for the... I think the Silencer actually should go for the Hex right now. I think it'll be really powerful, especially on the PA. Before you can activate this BKB, just hex him away and then boom, just kill him off.
Yeah, and double Hex as well with the refresher, man. It would be so good.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Goomba suddenly not looking that bad at all. Looking at the graphs, still about the 5k network lead for xGame, but it's just a lot of buildings on the map as well, 4 of them to be more exact, that xGame have the advantage of so far. XP, no clue how correct it is, but it might be with the last fight being won by Goomba quite handily, so about a 7.5k lead for them in there.
Yeah, if you consider the fact that each building is around 1,000 gold in terms of for the whole team and whatnot, that is pretty much equal in terms of gold once they take the towers, so it's really not that much of a difference.
So Equal himself has his own BKB now as well, actually, and the Phantom Assassin, so with the BKB and Blinkans should feel rather safe, has the Basher as well. So his damage output is definitely strong, especially with him having the pack leader's aura there, if he just carries the Alpha Wolf around with him.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty powerful. Not as effective as a Doom with an Alpha Wolf, but you know, close enough. The Doom still has a Centaur, by the way. Still has not moved on from that beautiful War Stomp.
He's gotten some really nice War Stomps, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got... I think some of his War Stomps won team fights. So the Puck, whenever he comes in and the War Stomp comes out, because Doom is just really fast at that, it's pretty good.
So they get the tier 1 down. There was an attempted defense by xGame. Maybe they're even going to try to go and fight, but dropping double global silence, which you don't know of chill. They go in, they swap back Araman. Tomash though, he's going to get silenced. Got his BKB activated before, a little bit too early on even, and Equal. He's going to jump in. Can he do enough? The second global silence as well, Tomash. Not taking too much damage, but he's not doing anything either himself. Equal now, he's in the middle of everybody. But now the BKB ends, and that might be the end. Warstorm follows. Linkens is popped as well. He gets the Phantom Strike away. Tomash though, he's still burning low and finally will go down as Equal. He gets stunned by the Dragon Tail. Earthsplitter will follow and buy some time. Nice slow, but Kasha will get marks the spot. Into the Torrent to follow. Beautiful timing there. Exist going to go for Reeves, and it's another team wipe. Goomba, they don't lose a single hero on the Puck. They only want to escape.
Wow. The Puck actually almost barely didn't even escape, and he couldn't even kill a single hero on the back lines because of the beautiful Blade Mail activation by the Doom. So, wow, really, really good team fight by Goomba, actually. Managing to get the PA kill and everything, and the Dragon Knight is pretty much full health. The Silencer has not used his Aegis yet, and I mean, I know he wasted the Global Silence and the Refresher, but, you know, it was a really good team fight.
Really good double ultimates, and it's just Timbersaw. He activated the BKB even before the first global silence. That was just a huge mistake that cost him so much in that fight. Tomash literally didn't do anything. I mean, he didn't die all that fast either, just because his BKB was activated. So all he suffered was the Doom damage pretty much at that point.
Yeah.
But man, it's
still
hard for them. They've lost like 3 or 4 fights in a row.
Yeah, it's quite insane actually. Now they're trying to get that back with the Puck. The Dream Call on 3 should be enough damage. Actually, no, never mind. The Puck is trying to evade the last word here. And Chill should be able to get back without any issues. Wow. For a second, I thought Eddie was just kind of screwing over Armin. But no. Actually, the Avenge is actually going to die here quite easily against the Puck, but everyone else is going to make it out alive, so it's a fair trade.
But it was a gem as well on the vengeful that he dropped. I mean, still nice attempt with RMN there. For a second I was like, what? Why are you swapping your teammate in like that? But yeah, there was a blink straight to follow. So really nice teamwork, even though he died in the end anyway. At least they attempted the save there. And suddenly Silencer has the boost of Trials finished as well. Aegis will be there for another, well, it's going to expire pretty much just now. A little bit unfortunate that they couldn't actually team fight with the Aegis being there with double lives on him. But also, how much do the Glaives of Wisdom do damage now? 90% of his intelligence, which is exactly 120, so hitting for like 110 or so in pure damage, extra to what he has already. Not too bad at all.
It's insane amount of damage, I think, for I mean, I don't know why I thought loves his skill so much, but if the silencer starts getting intelligence stolen from the other people, gets a scythe of vice or anything of the sort, like he could be really powerful as a carry, especially if he gets an MKB. I think that should be an item he should be considering against a Phantom Assassin.
It's definitely kind of necessary. At least until this point, there are no other people just going for any kind of invasion, so he can delay it out a little bit, but by some point, definitely want to just the silencer to actually be a proper right-click carry as well, like you mentioned, so it's definitely something that should be built in the future. So far though, what's flying out to him? It's a Ghost Scepter instead. I guess not a bad choice, since if there are global silences to deal with the Timber Saw, your only threat will be the Phantom Assassin by that time, and if you can't right-click you during it, maybe it doesn't matter that much. So if you can just try to kite around the Phantom Assassin during his own BKB duration, you might just be able to get him after his BKB, like it happened last time around, pretty much.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened last time. They completely nullified the Phantom Assassin. If they can accomplish that every single time, you know, that'd be ideal. But that's probably not going to happen. Honestly, I think the safest way to destroy this Phantom Assassin is, first of all, through the Abyssal, which was very well used last time, and second of all, through the Ginzus. I think in this case, since you're probably not going to go for MKB as Silencer, at least from what I can see right now, it's probably easy just to go for the Scythe of Ice, get a Hex, and just destroy the PA.
Oh man, I cannot check the correct goal per minute. It's the goal per minute that's... Well, it started reading them at like, what, 27 minutes in? 26?
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate.
I totally wanted to check like how much of an improvement Chill has made on the Doombringer, because it's definitely more than 270 by now.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope poor guy otherwise.
I mean, he's definitely had a couple of good fights. I mean, not only him, their entire team, of course. And now with the Aghanims, more damage, level 3 ultimate, of course, as well. The longer duration, as long as you just fenced in next to them, of course. But Equal now has picked up a Demon Age, so he's going for a Monkey King bar as well. I guess just the Heaven's Halberd is pretty hard for him to deal with, but there's going to be another fight at the same position. Blink forward, BKB from Equal, going to go for ED first. There's the Global Silence, maybe a little bit too late. Exist pops his own BKB with Equal. He's doomed up. Can they go for him? There's the second Global Silence as well. Chill gonna try to chase down Equal as long as he can. Force Theft, try to save him. Hex up as well, not to Chill, but Exist gets the stun onto Stalkat. It's gonna be enough to get the kill. And Equal still dropping low, no blink on Doom, but he's gonna burn down anyway, so he's gonna have to get denied. Never mind.
Oh.
Pure damage, too strong.
Oh my god, they weren't expecting that much damage. That Aghanims was insane. And really good job by Chill just following him to the ends of the earth just to make sure that the Doom killed him. Even if it was denied, I think it would have been a valid kill. By the way, if you get the net worth divided by the time, I guess you get gold per minute. So Chill should be around 300 something. 320 or so, probably, in terms of gold per minute. So it's pretty good.
Definitely improving at least, if nothing else.
Ottoman
up to another 2k gold as well. This is getting so much from the fights. And that is just the power of the Silencer. Global Silence. Just the fact that it goes through BKB as well. So even if the first one gets BKB'd off, second one will have the impact anyway. But this time around it was just Global Silence. Equal was like, yeah, don't care. Then the Doom came, it's like, oh shit, I have to run. There's just no escaping this when there's an Aghanims. You either get like relocated to safety and that's it, but that's Rax advantage for Goomba.
Yeah, and they took the melee racks on top of everything, so this lane should be pushed really hard, and Chill's gonna manage to get alive. The Buzz not gonna hit him. Really unfortunate. The Kunkka... Yeah, the Kunkka not hitting anyone, but it's gonna be okay. Because they're just gonna leave, and the Timbersaw has nothing much he can do against this Doom. I mean, oh, maybe they can actually grab him, never mind. The Yol's being used, okay, so Chill might be the target for this, as the revenge target, I guess, but he's really tanky. They still can't kill him. The Blade Mail pretty powerful, but now he's finally gonna die. He uses the Doom just before he dies to get the IO, and at least the IO will die or at least be denied. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, still he got something. The Doom will be almost off cooldown once he respawns anyway, and no relocate shenanigans by IO, so not a bad choice. Tomash in the meantime got stunned. There's a ghost ship coming in as well. It's not gonna hit Tomash though, so they're not gonna follow up with that. But yeah, Doom got something in return, and he has picked up a Robe of the Magi, so I guess a Oblivion Staff into a refresher of his own.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
if Doom gets refresher, this is gonna be so hard for xGame to deal with. They're gonna have to like get all the illusions bait with those, I don't know, man. They're not gonna be fun times.
Yeah, I mean, this refresh, the other target for this, I guess, would be Timbersaw, and then you can get double 2 on Timbersaw PA, and then poof, no, they can't do anything. And I mean, it's gonna be really effective. Honestly, the Doom Chill, I mean, at first we were mocking him for, his lack of, well, not mocking, but, criticizing him for his lack of impact in this game, but right now, he is honestly really impactful with his Dooms and whatnot, so doing a really good job here. If only Exist can become more of a powerful force, I guess, that's really the only thing they're missing.
Well, Aghanim Scepter is picked up on Timbersaw now, but like you said, if he gets doomed, that doesn't mean anything that you have double chakrams, which are level 2 at the moment as well, so he's gone for stats instead of maxing those out.
Jesus Christ, look at that Roshan melt. Oh my god.
Just 2 of them. Exist, of course, has the AC now as well, so between the AC and the Vladimirs, lots of armor on them. And oh, the swap onto Reeves, level def to follow, magic missile as well, even X marks the spot is used, War Stomp is there, Torrent to follow. That's just one hero down, plus Aegis and Cheese.
Oof. Oof, that's really bad. Oh, look at that.
4k gold on the silencer, man. What the hell is happening?
The Goomba actually, they had a comeback after a while, and really good job by them, honestly. They should be able to take this tower rather easily, and then they'll just kind of go on and wreck the enemy team. They have nothing to do.
Well, it's... what can I say, man? Definitely moral just loss for xGame. If they lose this one, hopefully they're gonna have a Mantis back for the game 2 at least or something, but it definitely screwed with them. I mean, they lost the last fight, big fight before the pause anyway, to be honest, but even then, had they been able to continue as they were, I think, maybe there still would have been a comeback from Goomba, but xGame would have at least put up a better fight, I think.
Yeah, there would have been much less of a chance of a comeback, I think, in this situation, because I don't know. I think the morale, the fact that they had to play with an improvised standing and whatnot, very unfortunate by their part. Anyway, this tower is going to start to melt really easily thanks to Exist. I mean, the AC lowering the damage from them. I mean, lowering the armor from that tower. And we're just kind of waiting. There it is. Equal actually starting now on Chill, but the silencer also comes out. There's a second silence as well. The boat hitting nothing actually, but getting the small buff, which is really, really powerful. The Doom finally coming out. There it is. Now getting Equal, and Equal's probably going to die in a couple seconds. He has some regen, but not going to be enough. And can it be Reeves, the next one to die? Perhaps. There's a stun, but oh, there is Armin. Yeah, Armin finishing him off. But TA actually bought back, tried to kill Armin. Armin uses his Ghost Scepter, and he's going to be completely fine there. They're not taking racks, though. They're trying to get the IO first, and the Exist is just too tanky. They just can't bring them down, and these 2 racks should be able to fall. They should be able to take top racks if they so please, but they're probably going to go for bottom. A little more effective, I would say. Or just throne. Actually, I don't know what they're doing. Just kind of
this is probably GG anyway, I think. I mean, no buybacks. Timbersaw is going to respawn rather soon just because of the Bloodstone, the few charges that he has left on it. But they're going to go for Equal now. Can they get any kind of stuns on him and doing a lot of damage with the pure Glaives of Wisdom? He even swaps him back just to make sure he doesn't get to the base. X-Mark spots again. And Exist picks it up with a Breed Fire. So that was a dieback from the Phantom Assassin, and it should be enough to end the game now. Chill finishes up the Refresher Orb as well. So Goomba, they actually made the turnaround, of course. A little bit of a lucky break with Mantis disconnecting and them having to load in with a stand-in or whatnot. But still Goomba, really well played by them.
Yeah, Goomba played an amazing game with that comeback, and despite what Mantis might have happened to them, I think Goomba still deserves it. And now the question is, who will win game 2?
It's definitely going to be hard for just xGame to kind of mentally refresh themselves, reset it out. Maybe if they can get Mantis back, it's going to help out a little bit, but if they're going to have to continue as this, definitely not going to be too happy about it. I mean, they themselves, probably the viewers either, but in any case, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for just sticking with us through the pauses as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the game and the cast. If you did, you can follow HeflaTV for more content always. It is HeflaTV for both Facebook and Twitter for the casters that you heard here. It's at Coacher for me, at the Swordfish for my co-caster. It's also in the title of the stream. But see you guys for game number 2.
See you guys.